guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a really good day. I'm super freaking excited because today I'm going to be showing you my winter how to combat dry skin kind of routine with makeup. I'm not doing like a skincare routine, I'm just doing like what I do to stop from having super dry skin during the winter, and this routine is pretty freaking good. It doesn't stop my hair from being dry. My hands are so dry, it's ridiculous. My skin is not as dry as the rest of me, and so that's kind of because of this routine, just because I've been doing it a ton lately and it has been my go-to for the winter. So if you're someone like me, has dry skin or combo skin, because I definitely have some combo going on, but I get very oily around my nose and I'm dry everywhere else. In the summertime, I really need something that's gonna mattify me down, but in the winter, I wanna look glowy and fresh and hydrated. I just want to be hydrated. That's basically it. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. I hope you guys are excited, and let's jump right in. Okay guys, so the name of the game for this routine is primers. If I could put 5 primers on without feeling guilty or ridiculous, I totally would. I love primers. I feel like it really does change your game. But before we get into that, I just want to preface it by saying that if your skincare routine is not on point, and I don't mean that you have to spend a ton of money, I'm just saying your skincare routine, if you're not hydrating your skin prior to this makeup routine, then you definitely are going to have some issues, because your makeup can only be as good as your skin, and your skin can only be as good as your skincare. So really, really important. And if you guys want to see my like drugstore or inexpensive skincare products that I have found that I absolutely love, leave it down in the comments and I will do that for you guys, of course. So let's start off with priming. All right, number 1, I have been obsessed with this stuff. This is the Ulta 24K Magic Beauty Oil. It is 24 karat gold, like flex, and then it also has jojoba oil with a dewy, glowing complexion. That is what we want, just in case you're wondering. So this is what it looks like close up. You do get some gold flecks in it, but it isn't really like glitter, which I really like. And I know you're like, what the frick are you doing putting oil on your face before putting makeup on? This oil is fantastic because it almost is like a serum. You can see it's like basically suspended on my hand. It's a very, very, very thick oil. So it goes on like a serum, not so much like an oil. So I literally only need this amount. You could obviously use more if you're a lot drier than I am. So I like to take a drop and work it into my hands. I don't want to go straight oil to my face. I kind of want to work it into my hands and warm it up a little bit. And then I like to press it on my face. Don't swipe, because you don't want to have a layer of oil. You just want to press it into your skin, because this is just going to give you hydration. I've worn foundations using this as a primer for 10 hours and it never separates, it never gets weird. If you are super oily, even in the winter, then I do not recommend you use this. You can just omit this step and I'll show you the other steps. So I just like to press this in. It smells like the spa. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like it smells like a spa almost. You can see I'm not like ridiculously oily or anything like that. I do also really like this oil for nighttime, because if you use the oil at nighttime, it makes your skin so smooth when you wake up. This one is really good, but the reason I like this one for before makeup is that it's really thick, so it's not like you're putting a straight up oil in your face. Next one we're gonna use is amazing, and I got this in a BoxyCharm. So this is the Touch in Sol Pretty Filter Glassy Silk Balm. I have mentioned this on my channel before. I love this stuff for the winter. It's like putting on a really hydrating moisturizer. I don't use a ton of it. I use like this amount. Like I don't want to use an oil and then this and then the makeup will just fall off. So I don't use a ton of it, just a little bit. And then I just like to put it over it. This does something different than the oil. I don't know what it does. It just does. I don't know. It's just so good. So if you have super, super oily skin, I would definitely even try this for at night time, because if you have oily skin, usually the reason for oily skin, unless it's some other health reason, your skin is producing oil to hydrate your skin because it just wants hydration. So you can use this at nighttime. I think that is great. So don't be afraid of oils if you have super oily skin. Okay, so now that your skin is feeling freaking hydrated, definitely time to blur. If you don't have large pores or even medium pores, you do not need to do this step. Like I said, there's gonna be like 5 primers in this. Is that necessary? No. You're crazy like me, then it's necessary. So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Blurring Primer Serum. Still freaking obsessed with this stuff. I actually have to reorder it because I am running out, but this is what it looks like. And that's what it looks like on my hand. So I just like to put this in, obviously, the areas where I want to blur my pores. So that's basically the routine. Okay, so the foundation that I'm going to use, you might have guessed it, it's the Too Faced Born This Way. You can tell I'm really running out of it. But this stuff is just freaking bomb. I recommend this for oily skin, dry skin, combo skin, anything. It is an oil-free formula, but it's like a skin finish or like a satin finish. Obsessed with this stuff. It is so good. So what I like to do, because I'm running out of this, I like to take the screw off and just kind of pop this onto my skin. I'm going to use my Dose of Color sponge, and then because I'm running out of it, I always just take it from the top and then blend this in. There's something about this foundation that, like, there's so many amazing inexpensive foundations, but this one, if I could tell you one foundation that you should buy from like prestige brands or high-end brands, this is the one. I mean, the Milani Conceal and Perfect is very similar to this foundation, but there's something about this one that is just a little bit better. I'm using the shade Warm Beige. Okay, so that is basically it. You can tell it's like that medium satiny matte kind of a thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw the top back on. Okay, for concealer, I'm just gonna use the Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer in the same shade. All right, so I'm gonna start blending this out. I really like this concealer, but I'm not like super obsessed with it. I think it's great. I just think that you could probably get the same thing at the drugstore. I just like it because it's the same shade as the foundation, and that like never happens to me because I'm always buying like the weirdest shades. I suck at picking my shades. And now I'm going to add something that I have not shown on my channel. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. It is in the shade Dream. You get like a little this thing, beauty blender. So it's like attached and then you just do that. Do I ever do that? No. I think it's a cool idea, but this is basically shimmer or liquid highlighter. It does have a bit of coverage in it, but I feel like it's so beautiful. So like it looks like it's just concealer then, and then you just blend it out, and it does have some shimmer in it. So it's almost like a cross between a liquid highlighter and a concealer. It's a really weird product, I'll be honest with you, but I do really like using this in like just right in here, just like that, and then I just like to highlight with it. It is really a nice product. This just gives you like a really nice gleam. I'm gonna come closer to you, hopefully you can see it. Just gives you a really pretty gleam or something like that. It's a sheen or something. I just think it's so pretty. Like it's very glowy without being like, damn, your highlight I can see from space kind of a thing. So I just like to do that. I think it's so nice. I feel like if you bought this product, you would have it forever, depending on how you want to use it. But for me, I'll have this forever because I don't like to use a ton of it. I like to just do like a swipe and then just get that kind of really pretty gleam or shimmer or something like that. So I'm gonna powder. I have been loving, obsessed with the No. 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder. This is in light medium. I have been loving it. That is what it looks like. Basically, the No. 7 is gone because I've been obsessed with it. If you buy this powder, I recommend you get the Morphe M554. Do you need to do that? Of course not. But I just really like it with it just because it like hugs that area. I don't know, I'm obsessed with this brush too. But I like this because most powders are very matte and this one is not like that. It's a nice, you get a good amount of like coverage with setting it. You can see I've just been talking to you and then like I'm basically set. So I really like that, using like this tiny brush for my whole face. So I'm going to bronze and put some blush on, and then we will do some highlighting because that's super important when it comes to glowy skin. So let me go do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are all bronzed and blushed. I just put a little bit of mascara on my bottom lash line. Before we talk about highlight, I'm going to talk about setting sprays because I do like to set my spray. I do like to set my spray. I just spray my face before I put highlighter on. This is like an essential part. If you are not doing this in your makeup routine and you're using powder, what are you doing, girl? Unless you like that super matte look, of course, makeup is all about like personal expression, it's just personal. So it doesn't really matter which one it is. I'm not one to talk. I'm looking at my setting sprays, that's why I keep looking over here. I have a billion of them and I love them. There's 3 things that I will buy over and over and over again is setting sprays, brushes, and sponges. Like literally my favorite things to buy. But my favorite setting spray, just to get rid of the powderiness, I love the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. You could use anything. You could use the Wet n Wild Natural Finish Setting Spray. You can use the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. I don't want to say blatant thing that they all do the same thing, but the majority of them do. I use setting sprays, 1 to make my makeup last, and 2 to get rid of all this powderiness. So let me go ahead and spray my face. The only other setting spray that I think is really good as far as making your skin dewy and fresh is the Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. You can see that I love this stuff. It is also now available at Ulta. That is so exciting. So you don't have to go to Target. I mean, who doesn't want to go to Target? Like, that's really weird. But anyway, you can get it at Ulta now. So I think they got rid of Catrice at Ulta. Let me know if I'm right. Let me know in the comments if I'm right about that. I could be totally wrong. But anyway, this is like a skin carry setting spray. Jim Carrey? I don't know. Let's talk about highlighter. There's 2 of them I'm obsessed with right now that will give you a blinding highlight, but also a very like dewy and fresh look. Both of them are affordable, which is really cool. So the first one is the Wet n Wild Hello Halo Blush Lighter. I really have been liking this. I've just been using this side. I thought I would mix them when I first tried it, but I definitely have just been using the one side. Also, the other one is a loose highlighter. This is the e.l.f. and Nabela Noor collab. This stuff is probably the best loose highlighter out there. So I'm gonna do the one on each side and you can make your decision. Both of them are very affordable. So let's try the Nabela Noor on this side. It's just so freaking pretty. I'm using my Equate highlighter brush. All right, so this is the Wet n Wild one. This one's definitely a little bit more champagne-y and this one's a little bit more gold. But just so you can see the difference, like, do you see this, how this is very, very pretty, but then you go to this side and this kind of just looks natural. It could be my skin tone because this is definitely a darker highlighter than that Wet n Wild one, but this one just looks like it's coming from within and not so much like sitting on your skin, and this one kind of looks like that. Depending on your skin tone, I just think that the Nabela one is just like a little bit better, but if you don't like loose highlighters for whatever reason, which trust me, I understand, I've dropped a bunch of them in my time. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild one to highlight my brow bone and inner corner. All right, now that I'm glowing, like glowing, I am going to put some lipstick on. I'm gonna use the ColourPop Lippie Pencil in 951. Okay, so then let's use the Dose of Colors Satin Lipstick in Toast. Just like makes your lips look so freaking juicy. What I've been liking doing is taking a little bit of the NYX Butter Gloss, and this one is in the shade Fortune Cookie. Just putting a little bit in the middle just to make it even a little bit more glossy. Okay guys, so that is basically it for my winter makeup routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am really, really liking this routine right now. It's so good. Let me know when summer comes along if you want to see my summer routine, which is completely different, or if you want to see this routine in completely drugstore makeup. I can probably work that out. Yeah, I guess I could. I think the only thing that's really, really important to this look is the Pretty Filter primer. But don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you stay notified. But I hope you guys have a really good one. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me, and I will see you as always in my next one. Bye guys.